Hey, ciao, ciao, ciao. How are you, my friends? Charles here, Belgrade, Serbia. Today is Friday, the 15th of May. It's currently right around 4 o'clock. Belgrade, Serbia. First time I've been here in like 60 days, my friends. So I was ecstatic to get over here from Novi Sad. I've been in Novi Sad. Love Novi Sad, but it's always nice to get to Serbia's capital. So much fun. I got a lot of friends here. And today I got the bus schedule, just so you know, if you're looking to travel around Serbia, it was pretty much normal. The bus schedule was a little limited, more so than normal. There's a bus like every 45 minutes, or the schedule that I looked at, there's one like every 45, almost every hour there's a bus that comes here to Belgrade. I came over on Beche Prevoz, is what it's called. It was 640 dinars one way. It took about an hour exactly. It went down Autoput and straight to Autobuska Stanica. So it took right about an hour. When you get on the bus, it said to put on a mask. I did, because I'm a responsible gentleman. It didn't mention gloves, or maybe it did show gloves. I didn't have any gloves. I can't remember if that's what it showed on the sign. But anyway, I wore the mask. I get on the bus, and I thought maybe they was going to have people sitting really far apart, but they didn't pay attention to it. There was people sitting next to each other, and it was, I mean, pretty full bus. Almost everybody had their masks on. The driver who came back, or the the gentleman who takes, the conductor, maybe you would call it on the bus, the guy who comes and takes your ticket after the bus is moving, he had a mask, but it was pulled down here. And then some of the other people weren't even wearing them. But I wore mine the entire trip over. And I don't know. That's it. Got here, got a great little Airbnb, 20 bucks a night. So a lot of the prices for Airbnb are down. I spoke to the owner here. He's from Canada, or he's a Serb that lived in Canada. Came over here a few years ago, rented a bunch of apartments, and rents them every day on Airbnb. He said he's really hurting because there's nobody renting Airbnbs now. Tourism's shut. So there's a lot of people struggling in this during this pandemic, me included, everybody, you know. So I mean, not everybody, but the vast majority of the world struggling. Every single different person you talk to is either struggling or knows somebody in their close circle of friends or family that's really struggling because of this mess. So anyway, got a nice apartment. The location's perfect. It's not that nice. It's 20 bucks a night. But the location's I'm right by Skadarlia, right by Turk Republic. Takes me 2 minutes to get to the Kodkonj, the horse. No disrespect. But I don't know. That's where I'm at. And he told me really close to here is Chedomir Jovanovic, the founder, the leader, if you will, of Liberal Democratic Party. So I know I'm going to get a bunch of crazy comments about that guy. Anyway, he lives really close. He's my neighbor here. But anyway, that's what's going on. I'm happy to be in Belgrade. And I wanted to make a quick video because listen to this. Me and you, we did a good thing, my friends. We made a difference in this world. Maybe small and minute, but if we all did this, what I'm getting ready to tell you, made little differences just like this, the world could be so much better. I only have about 48,000 subscribers on YouTube, okay? That's pretty small in the scope of YouTube, but for me, I'm happy with it because I only talk about Serbia in English language. So the vast majority of the world is already never going to come to this channel, okay? I get people who care about this country. Either they're from here, they're diaspora, or they're somebody interested in this country as a foreigner, okay? So important people, right? Facebook, I have 36,000 followers and 5,000 friends, so 41,000 people on my Facebook and only 10,500 on Instagram. That's my community, if you will. But those communities, even small in size, can create big waves. A little ripple turns into a big, massive wave, and that's what happened yesterday. If you didn't see my video from the previous day, please watch it. Go to my videos and look at it. It says, Australian University degrades Serbs. something like that, I think was the name of it, okay? How that whole thing started, a couple Australian Serbs sent me a message with a picture that some of their students, their kids, their cousins, took a picture of a class lecture degrading the Serbian people, and the parents were infuriated. It spread to the Australian community. They were very upset. One of them asked me, said, Charles, have you seen this? I read it, and I was disgusted by what these kids, if you come up with, you're already, when you're raised as a Serbian in a lot of these communities, people are automatically thinking, oh, yeah, they're Serbian, about the history, because the whole world thinks that, unfortunately. So many people around the world, what they've heard about you, they're judging the Serbians from the 1990s, and the 1990s only. The Croatian War, the Bosnian War, and the Kosovo War, if you will. That's how Serbs are judged. I've noticed it after living here for 10 years, traveling around the world, telling people I live in Serbia. Oh, you live in Serbia? Isn't there a war there? Didn't they do that to the Muslims? Blah, blah, blah. So, when these students, big, massive Serbian communities in Australia, when they go to university, the last thing they need to hear, being way on the other side of the world, maybe 13, 15,000 kilometers from Serbia, is to have to go to university and see the example that they use when discussing human rights in this lecture is about Serbians. You know, why not make it about Australians? Australians have a not so beautiful history either. Look what they did to the Aboriginals. I'm not trying to poke anything negative against the Australians. I've been to Australia twice, loved it, have some really good friends there. America, they could have used America as the case study here. America, what we did to our Native Americans, what we did, you name a country almost, some of the atrocities and disgusting things we've done around the world. But no, they used a case study of Serbia from some American in the New Yorker magazine, this disgusting statement that he used. That's what they used to discuss. They didn't use what the Albanians, some of the Albanians have done to Serbian citizens in Kosovo Metohija. They didn't use what some of the Bosnian Muslims did to Serbs in the Federacija, in little villages. They didn't use what the Ustaše did to little kids in some of the concentration camp. No, they used what a Serbian did, Serbian soldiers did, supposedly, to some of these folks, which all sides did disgusting things. It's a war. You know, I've heard from all the folks in this region. You know, I'm friends with people from every background, not just Serbians. You know, I've heard first-hand accounts from Croats for things that's happened to their people, things that's happened to the Bosnian Muslims, things that's happened to the Albanians, things that's happened to the Serbs in each one of those places I just mentioned. And I've got friends in Iraq, you know, that my country's done bad things for. Met Serbians here that were affected by my bombing. A friend of mine, his father was killed because of my country, and they still invited me into their home. Okay? So, point being here, why did the case study have to be this disgusting thing about the Serbian people? Okay? Some folks commented on the video yesterday, said, oh, Charles, this is ridiculous. This is a lecture. Have you ever been to a lecture? They're discussing this. Yeah, okay. I understand that. But why not use a different subject? Okay? The Serbs have been stepped on and treated like dirt their whole lives here. You're on the other side of the world. Pick on your own people if you're going to do a case study, in my opinion. Okay? Anyhow, the great news about that, after I made that video, I had so many folks from the diaspora. I've got friends from all over the world. Every day somebody messaged me, hey, Charles, I'm here in New Jersey. Charles, I'm here in Sydney, Australia. Charles, I'm in Auckland, New Zealand. Charles, I'm in Laos. Charles, I'm in England. Charles, I'm in Switzerland. Charles, everywhere. So I made the video. I put there was a link to make a complaint. Anything to do with the university, Victoria University. I put that link in the description. I put an email address that I found in there, and they must have received a lot, because I had so many Serbians from all over say, Charles, I messaged them, and a couple Americans messaged me, said, hey, Charles, I sent a message to them, and here's what I got. Just while I was waiting for the bus, just a moment ago, about an hour ago, 2 hours ago, I got a message from Victoria University. It says, "Dear Charles, thank you for raising awareness of the inappropriate content used in one of our subjects. Victoria University has reviewed the content and it has been immediately removed. The content does not in any way reflect the opinions of Victoria University, and we apologize for any hurt it may have caused. Attached is the message we have sent to the students in the subject from the Dean's office. Regards, Victoria University's social media team." Okay? That's what I got. I'll put this at the end of the video so you can read the whole thing if you want to see it yourself. And then the attachment that they sent to all the students. The subject was removal of inappropriate content. "Dear students, thank you to those individuals who contacted us to express concern about an example used while discussing human rights abuse in Applied Human Rights Class 1024. Victoria University has subsequently reviewed this content and taken the decision to immediately remove all references to this example. The example was taken from a paper by Richard Rorty, Human Rights, Rationality, and Sentimentality, citing a reporter from the New Yorker. It was chosen to stimulate discussion and in no way intended to cause offense. Human rights abuse is an important and sensitive subject, and although a disclaimer had been given, we recognize the need to be mindful in choosing case studies. Victoria University is proud of its deep multicultural heritage, our dedication to supporting students from all backgrounds, and providing a safe and inclusive learning environment. The example does not in any way reflect the opinions of the university, the colleges, or the staff teaching this unit. We apologize for the hurt this example may have caused. Regards, Professor Rob Strathdy, Vice President of College's Dean, College of Arts and Education, and Professor Andrew Smallridge, Dean, First Year College." Isn't that something? That's the power of social media, of YouTube, being however small the channel is. When you find a common cause, we can help make a difference. And this just shows a point. You know, this shows Serbs don't have to put up with some of this mistreatment around the world. You know, stand up, get together, send a message of your frustrations, your anger, and things can change, you know? As I said, this is a small, tiny little change, but to me, it's a big deal. This is a big university. They deleted this. So that means not one other student has to look at the case study that they used about a Serbian and they're going to have that mental picture in their heads for years. Don't you think? You know? Me, before I came to Serbia, all I knew about Serbia was war. Of course, because that's all I heard about Serbia. I knew very little, but what I heard was from Bill Clinton. That's how I first knew Serbia, was from what Bill Clinton said. So that stuck with me until I moved here. So that's what's going to happen to a lot of these university students. You're young, you're fresh, your mind is soaking up this new knowledge. And one example they have to use is that, saying about Serbians don't consider Muslims men. They force them to bite off each other's penises. I mean, disgusting. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to find the contact for Richard Rorty, who wrote, he cited the reporter from the New Yorker. We're going to find that reporter from the New Yorker who wrote this disgustingness, find his email. That's our next goal. Get him to issue a public apology. Right, my friends? Anyway, I'm very, very proud that this happened on my channel, but by no means was it me. Thanks to Tammy, thanks to Sophia, thanks to all those Australian Serbs who contacted me and asked me to say something about it, because I have a bigger platform. Unfortunately, I'm an American, and when I say something, I mean, this is just terrible, but it's the God's honest truth. When an American says something about your country that's happening, people are going to listen a little more, I think, than if a Serbian from Serbia says this is wrong. Would you agree with me or not? Anyway, proud to have assisted in a small way, and I'm proud of all of you for writing in. We helped make that big of a change in the world, my friends. Anyway, that's it from me. Svako dobro. Have a great weekend.
Okay, my friends. This is, I tried to show a picture, but the picture was bad. This is from the social media team. And here's the second one. Power of the people. Svaka čast.